Hey everyone, welcome to Self-Care Sunday. So for this class today, you'll need either a regular day pillow or a bolster if you have one, a blanket to get nice and comfortable, and then again you can just use your pillow to sit on if you have, if you want to, or you can use a regular cushion. So make sure you grab something to drink, and also it can be a warm beverage or just something nice and cooling. Not sure if you're doing this either in the day or the evening, but hopefully you'll get a nice self-care routine in, and do feel free to jump into something nice and comfortable to wear, and we'll go from there. So you can come into a nice seated position here. I invite you to close your eyes. You can rest your hands onto your knees, so take a moment. Notice here if you're resting your hands palm face down, grounding, or if they're face up, inviting. So begin to soften the breath. Take a nice long inhale in through the nose. And just exhale softly out through the mouth. Begin to notice, bring your awareness to the top of your head. Just take a moment here to do a mental scan, starting from the top of the head, scanning downwards. See if you can notice how the body is feeling today. Notice any tension. See if you notice any warm or cool sensations in any areas of the body. Begin to relax the face muscles. Relax the tongue in the mouth. Soften the shoulders. You can notice the weight of the elbows. Soften through the fingertips. You can also bring in a mudra here if you're feeling like it. Begin to notice the weight of your legs grounding towards the ground. And then notice the connection between your ankles, sit bones, and toes on the ground below you. Again, you can take a nice big inhale in through the nose, fill everything up. And then you're going to exhale out through the mouth. So again, you can remain here with your eyes closed. Just do a bit of a check-in. So you can ask yourself, how am I feeling today? And then just let whatever answer comes to you first, let that be the answer. And just don't judge it or analyze it, just notice what comes to mind. And then just release that thought for now. You can also say before you release a thought, you can acknowledge it by saying, it's human to feel this way. Blank. Fill in the blank. And just release the thought. So you can imagine it leaving through a trapdoor at the top of your head, or just however you imagine releasing any thoughts that are occurring right now. So inviting in the idea of being present, and then really just taking this time for yourself. Again, we're going to do one big inhale in through the nose, and then exhale out through the mouth. Releasing anything that doesn't serve right now. Awesome. So we can begin on our backs today. So you can bring that pillow in underneath your head and just come to lie down on your back. Soles of the feet are getting planted on the mat below you. And palms can be face down here. So just bring your awareness to your toes and your hands. Feel the ground below you. And then we're just going to rock our head back and forth here slowly. So take a nice inhale in through the nose. And then exhale, send the head over towards the right side. And then as you inhale, you're going to bring your face towards the ceiling. And exhale, take it over towards the left side. Just moving at your own pace here. Then you can draw your knees in towards your chest. You can place your palms on the tops of your knees. And you're just going to draw the knees in towards the chest. And then begin to draw circles with your knees, pressing the knees away from the body. And then drawing them back in. Again here, you can also bring a blanket in underneath your spine if you're finding that the mat is not quite thick enough. And then you can change the direction of your rotation. Exhale as you press away, and then inhale as you bring them in towards your chest. And then you can just wrap your arms around your knees, and you're just going to rock side to side here. Take a nice big inhale in through the nose. And then when you're ready, on your exhale, you're going to send your knees all the way over towards the left side. Open up through the arms. You can look over the right shoulder here. Anytime your mind starts to wander, just see if you can bring it back to focusing on your breath, focusing on that elongated exhalation and inhalation. Then you're going to inhale, bring the knees back up towards the chest, and exhale, send them all the way over to the other side. Again, neck can look over the left shoulder here. And then inhale, draw your knees up towards your chest. And you can come all the way back up to a seated position. So you can come into a staff pose. So if you'd like, you can bring that pillow or cushion in underneath the sit bones again here. Gonna bring the legs out straight in front of you. Ground your legs, ground towards the ground. Reach through the heels, point the toes. You can bring the fingertips to the side here, pointing towards the toes. Draw the shoulder blades together and down. Draw the navel in here slightly. And then you're going to inhale, reach the fingertips out in front of you. And then exhale, you're going to bring the arms around, give yourself a big hug. So notice which arm is in front here, because next time we're going to switch across. And then you can release, send the fingers out one more time. Inhale, exhale, bring the arms to wrap around yourself. And you can release your arms downwards. You can bring your legs in back into cross-legged pose here if you'd like. I'm just going to turn so you guys can see me. You're going to take your fingers, so kind of these three main ones like this, and you're just going to begin to comb downwards with your fingers, kind of massaging down the neck. So starting at the top, and then you can start to begin to work your fingers towards the shoulder. You can close your eyes here. And you can begin to take your left fingers to the other side. Again, starting at the top of the neck. Begin to massage downwards. Again, notice any thoughts that do arise and then just let them go. Awesome. And then we're going to bring our hands down to our feet. So both thumbs are going to go to the inside of your arch on your foot. And we're just going to begin to massage the feet. Sometimes we forget how much our feet do for us in a day. So and then you can change the feet here, bring the right leg on top or whichever leg you had crossed. Again, bring the thumbs to the sole of the foot here, get right in the arch. Begin massaging up and down the foot. And then we're just going to bring the soles of the feet together here out in front. To find a nice extension through the top of the head, all the way from the base of the spine, extend upwards. draw the lower rib cage in here. We're just going to walk your fingertips behind you, draw the pinkies back towards each other, and reach up through the chest. Try not to sink into your hands here. Draw the navel in, lower the shoulders away from the ears. Breathing here. So if you're feeling a really good stretch here, just stay in this position for our bound angle. But if you feel like you could use a bit more of a stretch, you can just lift your sit bones up and you're going to walk them towards the heels a little bit more. And you can just interlace your big toe with your index, middle finger, and thumb. Again, extend through the top of the head, and then as you exhale, we're going to send the elbows left to right to the inner thighs. Begin to send the torso forward and reach through the top of the head. Breathing here. Take another big inhale in through the nose. Fill everything up. Feel the skin of your back stretch. Fill the rib cage up. And then exhale, you're going to see if you can send it a little bit further into the stretch here. Exhale. Remembering to breathe deeply. Softening through the shoulders, the neck. Then you can begin to rise all the way back up. And we're going to turn all the way over into our tabletop position, so you can move your pillow aside. Actually, before we do that, we're going to do one more pose seated with our feet out nice and long. So if you do have a bolster, you can bring it in now. If you don't, you can just take your pillow and you're just going to roll it up just like this. I'm going to try the bolster today. So send your legs out nice and long. Again, you can have a seat on a cushion if you'd like. Extend through those heels. And we're just going to bring the pillow across here. And that nice extension, reach out through the top of the head. And then exhale, you're going to send your body forward. And just come to rest down to where it's comfortable. Hands can be out on the legs here, or they can be on the bolster. Make sure you're comfortable in this pose. So if you're finding something's not quite right, just try to adjust and see what you can add to make it more comfortable. Maybe you need 2 pillows, stack some blankets in there. Just do what works for you. So you want to be comfortable in this pose. And you can begin to raise the head and the upper body up off your pillow or bolster. And then we're going to come into our tabletop position. So again, spreading the hands nice and wide. Palms are going to come down onto the mat, wrists underneath the shoulders, knees underneath the hip points. And then just take a look back at the toes here. We're going to open up through the chest and the neck, look towards the ceiling, and just hold here for a moment. And then exhale, you're going to round, draw the navel up towards the spine, press away from the mat. Again, hold here, breathing. And you can come back to a neutral spine. We're going to press into our hands, and we're going to inhale, raise the right leg up, point the foot towards the ceiling, and then we're going to press away from the mat. Take a look here, see if your knee is kind of splaying outwards, try to draw it back downwards. And then we're going to exhale, draw in towards the chest, inhale. Exhale. One more. Bring your right knee back down. Can come onto your toes, circle out the wrists a little bit here. And just walk your hands back forward. Again, we're going to press into the palms of fingers and begin to raise the left knee this time. Point the foot towards the ceiling. Take a look at that knee. Press away from the mat. And then we're going to exhale, draw in towards the chest. Extend, draw in. And you can bring the left knee all the way down. Again, you can walk the hands back. Circle out the wrists a little bit here. Walk your hands all the way forward. So I'll give you the option here if you want to get a little bit more stretch through the legs. We can go into down dog. If you are comfortable just staying in puppy today, you can go there. So puppy, you can just walk the knees back a little bit. Bring your elbows down towards the ground. Send your forehead and chest towards the ground. And those of you who are in down dog, you just want to turn your fingers out, tap the toes, inhale, send the hips all the way up towards the ceiling. Exhale, send them back. You walk it out a little bit here first, and then just come to rest in down dog. If you're in down dog, you can come back all the way down. And if you're in puppy, you can come back into that tabletop position. We're going to place the right palm into the center of the mat. Spread the hand nice and wide. And inhale, we're going to draw the left fingertips, left ribcage up towards the ceiling. Reach through the fingertips. And then exhale, we're going to send the left hand all the way through, coming all the way down to your left shoulder. So right hand can come out in front here, or if you'd like, you can bring it up onto the lower back, opening up through the shoulder. your thoughts are wandering at all, just bring them back to the breath. You can close your eyes here, soften through the forehead, the face muscles. And you can bring your right hand down to the mat. And you're going to press into your palm, come all the way back up. Then we're going to place the left hand into the center of the mat. Inhale, begin to draw the right fingertips, right ribcage up towards the ceiling. Wiggle the fingers. Big inhale. And exhale, thread the needle. Come all the way down onto the right shoulder. Again, notice where you want to place your left hand. You can bring your left hand aside, press into it, and come all the way back up. So we're going to go into pigeon pose. So you're going to walk your hands out a little bit, bring the right knee up in between both hands, and turn the right toes up. And then you're just going to, you can lift up the back knee, walk it back a little bit, and you're going to begin, if this is good here, you can sit here. Otherwise, you can begin to lower yourself. If you're finding you're a little off balance, you can put a pillow underneath the right hip as well. So you can either rest your head on your fist, if you have a block nearby, or your pillow, you can rest it there. Otherwise, if you'd like, you can rest it onto your mat. Just notice where it's comfortable for you again. Yeah. To begin to rise up, press into your palms, tuck the toes of the back foot, and lift the back knee. And then you're going to press into your palms, send the right leg all the way back. You can tuck the toes on your right foot, and you're just going to reach back through the heel, finding a good stretch through the leg. Again, drawing the navel in here, noticing your movements. Awesome. Then you can bring the right knee back underneath your right hip, and you're going to inhale. Again, walk the hands out a little bit here, and draw the left knee in towards the hands. Turn the left toes out. Again, you can walk the back knee back a little bit, and you're just going to slowly lower it all the way down. This side might be a little bit different than the other side, so just be aware of that. And then you're going to press into your palms, tuck the toes, lift the back knee, bring the left leg back. And we're going to come around back into that stack pose. So again, you can bring that pillow in underneath you, send the legs out nice and long. So we're going to do a bit of a massage for the right hip. So Going to bend the right leg, and you're going to lift the right leg up and just grasp it with your left arm, wherever is comfortable. And then you're going to bring your elbow down onto the ground beside you. And you're just going to do a bit of circles with the leg, kind of massage it back and forth here. This is good for the right glute and the hip. Again, remember to keep your nice elongated breathing here throughout this class. Nice inhale and exhale. And you can press into your forearm, come all the way back up, send this leg nice and long. Bend the left knee, pick up the left foot, grasp it with your arm, and then again come all the way onto your left arm here. It's going to be a little bit different for everyone, so just find what feels good in this movement. And then you can press into your forearm, come all the way back up, send the left leg out. Draw the right leg back in. So just go to where you feel it kind of plug into your right hip socket. So foot should kind of be across from the knee, about a hand space in between the leg and the foot. Find a nice extension up through the top of the head. Take a nice inhale in through the nose. And then exhale, send the right fingertips behind you, hug the knee in towards the chest. Look out the corner of your right eye. Soften through the shoulders here. Again, remember to breathe evenly. And you can release your hold, send your right leg out long, and then you're going to draw the left leg in. Find that nice extension again. Just go to where you feel it. Plug in, check your foot here, take a look at your leg, make sure there's some space. And then you're going to take a nice inhale in, and then exhale, send the left fingertips behind. Exhale, you can release your hold. And we're going to come back onto our fours for one more moment here. You send your legs nice and wide as your mat. Bring the big toes to touch. And then you're just going to walk the body forward, hands forward, and send the hips back. Coming into a nice wide-legged child's pose. So hands can be out in front here. Again, remember to breathe. Remember, going to inhale, walk the elbows a little bit forward here, extend the palms together, send the fingertips up towards the ceiling, walk the elbows forward, reach through the fingertips. You can send your palms back down towards the mat. Begin to waken up through the fingers. Raise the body forward, all the way forward. Sweep your legs around. And you can get ready to go into Shavasana. So again, you can bring your pillow in, get nice and comfortable. You can bring your blanket. Um, if you have any candles or anything you'd like to light, feel free to do that. Or just create a nice little space for yourself. I'm only going to do Shavasana on here with you guys for about 3 minutes myself, and then I'm going to close off. But you guys are more than welcome to take as much time as you have or need. So you can also set up some music for yourself. Yeah, get nice and comfy. Go all the way down. Bring your hands to the side or the belly. You can close your eyes here. And just soften through the shoulders. Soften the fingers. Begin to let your breath come back to a normal rhythm for yourself. You can imagine a bright yellow warm light silhouetting the body in your space. today. So thank you for joining me, and thank yourself for taking some time just for yourself today. Again, you can come back to this video at any time, and thank you.